Their visit today into Maradona's den. After that memorable win away to Juventus 2 weeks ago, Napoli seeking to prove they are Italy's team for all seasons. Their coach Ottavio Bianchi picks his normal home side, which means a third striker, Andrea Carnevali, comes in for a midfield player, Sola. Surprisingly, only Salvatore Bagni is a current Italian international. He played again in Italy's midfield against Switzerland last weekend. Diego Maradona spent his weekend off watching Real Madrid, and in particular his good friend Real's Argentinian forward Jorge Valdano. It's a Swedish striker, Johnny Ekström, who plays his fourth game for Empoli since his move from Gothenburg. Also relevant today, the return of defender Salvadori after a month out with injury, because Empoli will expect to soak up the pressure here and look to counter-attack with the speed of Ekström and Mazzari. Empoli, you may remember, did win their opening 2 games, beating Inter and Ascoli, but then followed 6 successive defeats. In their last match, they won again against Verona. A tough test for them against the league leaders. The referee is Rosario Lobello. A sodden pitch. And great expectations from the home supporters. Bruno Giordano with the first throw. Bagni still with that strapping around the left wrist. Renica. And the first tackle on Maradona coming from Cotroneo. Ekström. It was a rather lazy touch. Strangely enough, Napoli have been more effective away from home. They've only won one of their 4 league games here. They beat Torino. They've drawn with Udinese, Atalanta and Inter. And the roar of the crowd making it difficult for the referee to indicate that the game should be restarted with a throw to be taken by Renica. And a solid check off the ball by Vetova. And immediately Maradona across to supervise the free kick. Giordano is there as well. The Empoli goalkeeper, Giulio Drago, trying to get the marking sorted out in the centre, and at the same time make sure that 2-man wall covers the near post. In fact, Ekström looked as though he was going to fortify the defences there. Maradona curls it, and the goalkeeper makes the right move, and then takes several steps. And in fact, Empoli will get a free kick for a challenge on the goalkeeper. Or will they? It's been called outside. There was a foot up as Drago cleared it, and then the referee Lobello, aware of an infringement. Maybe elsewhere. Anyway, the facts of the matter are that Drago can now kick unattended and kicks it long towards Ekström. Some good battling there by Romano, taken up by Carnevali, the former Udinese striker, and Drago hit, setting out as he would expect to be a busy afternoon for the visiting goalkeeper. Carnevali looking to open his account in the Napoli strip in a league game, and Giordano hoping for a rebound off the goalkeeper. Romano Ciccio Romano, who's fitted in so well after his signing from the second division. A word from Bianchi, the coach. It'll need perhaps a patient approach from Napoli here. Empoli clearly setting out their stall to congest their defensive areas, make it as hard as possible for Maradona and company to work a way through and try and frustrate the team and maybe the crowd as well. Maradona anxious to take the free kick and set up Romano offside. Giordano, the flag was up, the follow-up wouldn't have counted. Empoli had pushed out quickly from the moment that Maradona rolled the free kick square. Natale Picano, their captain, almost reluctant to come up into the first division. They finished fifth, you may remember, in the second division last season, and then those indiscretions by Vicenza and Triestina forfeited their right to go up into the top company. So in came Empoli, and they made quite a start. Giordano needing two to stop him, and then in frustration at not getting the free kick himself, he caught Brambati. Certainly a day for raincoats and umbrellas in the crowd. The pitch has held up well, but the more the rain comes down, maybe the harder it will become to spread the ball around the pitch, which is what Napoli must try to do and draw Empoli out, as Maradona was trying to do then. He thought the treatment was a little on the rough side, but in fact it's the corner that the referee has given. Romano to take it. Romano, who formerly played in the first division with Milan. Drago trying to get there at the near post, he didn't make it. Bagni seemed to get a toe to it. The decision is another corner on the far side. The goalkeeper was struggling. As Romano whipped it in, he committed himself to go for it, and it was taken away from Bagni at the last as Renica stretched in as well. And again, Drago nowhere near the point of real danger. Desperately difficult moments these for Empoli. It's not a side packed full of Division 1 experience, and it's experience really that required in circumstances such as these. De Napoli, one of the many players around the football world who's been christened Rambo because of a swashbuckling style. And there's Ekstrom, who'll be hoping for a pass or two to show his explosive speed, but hoping rather than expecting perhaps. Not yet scored a goal for his new club, and he's very much a raw recruit. Only really one season as a regular for Gothenburg. Maradona, De Napoli, Ferrario. Oh, it was intricate, and it was always likely to come to a sticky end. Splendid first move, and the second one bought him the trouble. The yellow card produced for the foul by Brambati. And Drago this time with the ball at more manageable height. Well, Giordano having a word with the referee then, and I wonder whether the goalkeeper might be getting himself into trouble here. He's looking edgy, and Giordano aware that by just flicking away there, he might have been penalised for the foul. He should have been, really. But a goalkeeper who's unsettled is special prey for the opposing strikers. Bagni. Nothing really done with the ball by Contronio. Barrio looking to throw the ball in quickly. And Maradona sets off again. Inside Mazzari this time. And a good save. But that's why this stadium is packed, whatever the weather. He's bound to delight you at some point in the game. It's given against Napoli this time. Jelaine with a throw down the line. Mazzari wearing the number 11 shirt. Ozio and Denaro were the two forwards who got those two goals that made the headlines right at the start of the season, that brought 1-0 wins against Inter and Ascoli. Neither are playing today, although Ozio is one of the substitutes. Drago continuing to talk and cajole his defenders. Played back to the sweeper Renica by Bruscolotti. Romano seeing a lot of the ball in the early stages. Bagni. Ferrara going ahead of him. And Maradona conjured up another touch, but bewildered the defence because it looked for sure as though the ball had passed by him. Ferrara, not the service that Maradona wanted, but he improvised, and that created panic and nearly a goal for Carnevale. And it did lead to this corner. Mazzari being told to retreat the proper distance. And Drago having to perform acrobatics and keep his nerve. The wind helping the swerve in towards the goalkeeper. Empoli here are hanging on by a thread. Renica. Della Monica trying to run it to safety inside his own area and then having to knock it away. Bagni. Just a little bit short of Romano from De Napoli, and Maradona trying to stay onside, finding the ball hitting the wet pitch and skipping away from him. lot of the Italian game is based on the counter-attack, but Empoli can hardly get the ball out of their own half at the moment. And Maradona holds off 3. Cannavale, Bagné, off the bar. Everything but a goal from Napoli, but they're getting closer and closer. Drago was off his line, and Bagné got strength into the shot, but he got it to dip as well. Over the goalkeeper's fingertip, out off the bar. And now it's yet another free kick. Empoli setting another wall, with arguments going on as to who should be in it and where. And we've seen Napoli before set up their own wall to add to the confusion. So what will Maradona do? Well, in the end, he couldn't find the shot he was looking for. And there's some head shaking going on in that defence. Drago grateful to see that one pass wide. Mazzari. The problem here for Napoli is to keep their concentration, particularly defenders who've hardly had anything to do. And now there's a bit of tidying up to be done by Renica. Bagné. Away from Urbano. Through the middle is Giordano. Past Brambati. But he couldn't find Maradona. Romano. Cannavale. Surely this time. No! Sometimes you can have too much time. And that's the way it was for Andrea Cannavale here. Romano's shot deflected perfectly, with the goalkeeper on the ground initially, then down again. And he was flapping away like a drowning man. The buzz still reverberating round the San Paolo Stadium here in Naples. What have Napoli got to do to score? Totally in control against the side which came here 12th in the table, but with only 1 win in their last 7 games. 1 win and 6 defeats. Ferrara. Hooked out by Vetova. But the referee has given Napoli a free kick. It's worth another look. Spotting what he thought was obstruction as Ferrara continued his run. It looked a harsh decision to me. And Empoli are on the rack again. Back in their own penalty area. And face to face now with Diego Maradona in a situation in which he has made a career, really. Again, the extra wall. Drago towards the centre of the goal, and Napoli have found a way past Giulio Drago. Maradona takes his bow. the goalkeeper, who's been so perplexed, could do nothing about a typical Diego Maradona free kick. There was an air of inevitability about the goal. It's taken 26 minutes to come, and that's the only real surprise. Della Monica, and it's Maradona chasing back. I think there's a sense here that he could give a vintage performance against the team which really, to be honest, isn't looking in the same class as the league leaders at the moment. And here comes Renica. Bruscolotti, all the defenders trying to join in the act further forward. Carnevale. Giordano had to come back to stay onside. And here's the chief torturer. Romano. Every pass getting the Olé now. But it was just beginning to look as though Empoli might be doing enough to get Napoli really frustrated. And I think they will feel a little disappointed that they were punished in the end by a free kick which on another day might not have been awarded. But you can't really mount a total rearguard action against Maradona unless you've got a player who can mark him out of the game, and Empoli really haven't looked to do that, and that's Renica. This time Maradona was content to play a secondary role and let the sweeper let fly. And Drago this time using the 2 fists and then having to make a very spectacular second save from a frustrated De Napoli. There was nothing really wrong with the punch from the goalkeeper except where the ball dropped, and it was beautifully met by De Napoli. He thought he scored. Drago thrust up the hands again, another corner. Well, we make no apologies really for coming to this stadium again to show you Napoli and Maradona in full cry. They're on the championship trail, trying to win their first ever title. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of the team with the sky blue shirts as the season progresses. We reach the 1/3 point in the Italian season with this game. The 10th game for each club in the 30-game programme. Bruscolotti hoisting one up. De Napoli on the half volley, couldn't keep it down. He's come close with a volley, now taking the ball on the bounce, which is even more difficult as it hits the ground. A little set up there, then the half volley. Bagni trying to chase back as Comproneo lost his way. Same player trying to steal some ground at the throw. Mazzari. And Ekstrom was just nudged as he went for the header. Vertova in a hurry to retrieve the ball. And Della Monica to supervise a rare Empoli free kick. Carella cold and damp in the Napoli goal. Napoli with 6 players waiting in the middle and nearly making something of it with a purposeful header from Salvadori. So purposeful, but he's left a Napoli defender down on the ground. I think it was Ferrario who got the full force. Bagné. Sometimes in matches you can have too much of the ball. Maradona busy everywhere to make himself available, and that first touch is so important, dealing with a mass defence, and Maradona has never let him down so far, and he's made tremendous ground again here. And I suppose the one weak point in the game of Diego Armando Maradona is the right foot. Can't match what the left can do. That really is being hypercritical. Renica. Well, Empoli were weak in the challenge again. This is De Napoli. Now Giordano. And Carnevali is in. The goal is given despite the protest. He's finally got one in Napoli's colours in the Italian First Division. The top scorer for Udinese in the last 2 seasons. And it was a misdirected back pass come attempted clearance that he intercepted. And the scoreline has a more realistic look as half-time beckons. Carnevali did score in the UEFA Cup tie here against Toulouse. And now he's given Napoli a 2-goal cushion, and Empoli's defending really battered down again. But here's Urbano, flipping Bagné. Cotroneo and Della Monica is offside. And that indeed is half-time. One-way traffic from first to last. Goals from Maradona's free kick and Carnevali with the interception right on half-time. But Napoli will hope for many more in the second half. Well, the wind is blowing at Empoli's backs in the second half, and they're going to need any assistance they might get from on high. Trailing by 2-0. This Empoli's first ever season in the First Division. Antonio brought down by Renica. Francesco Della Monica, the number 10, who had a couple of years as a youngster with Juventus. Did play 4 league games in their first team. And for Empoli, the luxury of a corner, which Della Monica has gone across to take. Ekstrom has hardly had a sight of the goal. But this time he does make contact with the header. There's no doubt that he'll have made a fortune coming to Italy What it'll do for his fame, playing in a struggling club, remains to be seen. He'll certainly learn a lot about a different style of play, and he might well learn it the hard way. Johnny Ekstrom, the type of player who is very effective against the defence that pushes up, but with the sweeper system that might not suit him. What suits Ottavio Bianchi is a substitution, and it is Sola who comes on for the limping De Napoli, while Baiano is the Empoli substitute. Ekstrom off on a run. Rather easily dispossessed. Sola. Maradona. I don't know how he does it. Those mid-air back-heeled passes defy logic. Urbano. Baiano chasing back is indeed a former Napoli player. Carnevale. It's really a good opportunity for a striker who's been a little out of sorts to boost the goal tally. Maradona, and Giordano couldn't make it. Good clearance by Brambati. Once he got past Gelaine, Maradona then face to face with the sweeper Picano, and really inches away from another goal. Romano to take the throw, and Gelaine has to concede another corner. Napoli's current run is 13 league games unbeaten, which stretches back to last March. The header out from Mazzari. Retrieved by Bagni, but he made Renica turn. Well, I should think Garella might be aching for a touch of the ball. The skies have darkened again. In fact, Garella puts the ball out of play to allow treatment and possibly another substitution. Ottavio Bianchi went to the touchline, and because Garella had put the ball out, it was a nice touch there that Empoli immediately conceded possession. It's a very sporting touch when you're 2 goals down. I don't think Sola was trying to be so sympathetic. It was just a mistake. Cotonio. Betova. Easily read by Carnevale. Giordano ahead of him. Maradona chugging through the middle, and given away by Carnevale. There's a sense of rain in the air that is similar to the conditions in Mexico when Maradona was on the field playing for Argentina against Uruguay in Puebla. Giordano, and Drago couldn't get there. 3-0. Andrea Carnevale with a goal that's very much in his style. Coming in beyond the far post. Napoli extend their lead. Giordano's cross found the goalkeeper badly positioned, but Carnevali perfectly positioned. We're halfway through the second half. Well, Napoli certainly with an opportunity in this match to boost their goal tally. Only 13 in 9 matches before today. The weather is certainly gloomy, and it's a gloomy picture too for the visitors from Empoli. And Garella could have been punished there by Baiano, who's annoyed with himself for not capitalising on the mishandling by an underemployed Claudio Garella. He was trying to knock it down and it went away from him. Amedeo Carbone has the task of coming on as substitute, the second substitute for Empoli. Well, all around the ground now, the umbrellas are up. There's not much cover here in this San Paolo Stadium. Romano. Bagné is off. Bagné scored. Romano threading the ball through. And it was met on the run by Salvatore Bagné. 10 minutes remaining. Maradona slipping and sliding. It's overcast and a cloudy Napoli skyline. Tiro Muro will come on now for Giordano. Bagné tidies things up at the other end. It was his second goal of the season. Maradona carrying the ball. Oh, I was going to say it's getting more difficult with the pitch getting heavier. The only time really you ever see moves like that is when ice hockey players do it with the benefit of skates. And Drago had enough problems keeping his balance. But this was unbelievable. The back heel there and the spin through 360 degrees. The rain pouring into the commentary position. The final whistle, making it very hard to see that the referee had blown. But Empoli will be glad that their ordeal is over. 4 goals past Drago, and Napoli march on at the top.